afternoon, student. Today we will see the new lesson, Unit 3, Magnetism and Magnetic Effects of Electric Current. Magnetism. So what is meant by magnetism? The attraction power of the magnet. So that is for a certain material, that is ionic material. The attraction of the ionic material is called the magnetism. So in your childhood days, you have to play with this magnet, and also you know very well about the property of attraction and repulsion between the two magnets. So that is referred as a magnetism. And magnetic effects of electric current. So this is one of the effect of electric current. Suppose consider when the conductor, that is the current is flowing through the conductor. So what happens, there are two effects can be produced. So one is heating effect, that you are already studied, Joule's law of heating, and another one is magnetic effects. So around the conductor, when the current flow through the conductor, around the conductor, one of the some attractions or takes place, that is referred as a magnetic effect. And also heating effect, when you are touching the bulb, so it can be glow for a certain time. So when you are touching the bulb, what happens, it is too hot, so that is called heating effect. And also we are insulating the wires. Why? Because of this, producing the magnetic field around the wire. Suppose when the conductor, when the wire nearby the any conductor, it can be attract. So that's why it produces a lot of damages. That's why we are using insulators for protect the wire and also reduce the damages around the wire. So this is the magnetic effects of electric current. So in this lesson we are going to see about some of the important topics also. So in this lesson you are very thorough in the first lesson also, because first lesson we studied the dipole. Here the magnet acts as a dipole, because for a Bohr magnet, just you are consider there are two poles, north pole and south pole, and also it can be equalized to the dipole. So when the dipole, it can be separated by the distance from the center point. So like that, here also when the Bohr magnet is considered a dipole, it can be separated by the distance from the center of that. So first lesson you have to thorough, means the third lesson also it can be easy to study all the topics. In modern life, the uses of magnets are lot. So for example, here some of the examples are given. So first one is speakers. In the speakers, the magnets can be, round magnets can be used, and also for headphones. Then MRI scan, magnetic resonance imaging. So it produces the magnetic field around that and identify the defects. And also in laptops, not only for this uses, we are and also lot of the uses, that is SIM cards, then ATM cards. So then pen drive, like that, lot of the uses for this magnets, for using this magnets. So in our day-to-day life, without magnets we are not, that is we are not made a modern life for that. So that's why it can be uses in a lot. Apart from the shape of the magnets, that is Bohr magnet, horseshoe magnet, round magnet, so like that, so we consider, not a consideration, so our earth is a huge magnet. Our earth is a huge magnet. So it can be separated by the poles, so that is north pole and south pole. Here that can be represented as magnetic south pole and magnetic north pole. So it can able to produce the magnetic lines of force also from that pole. So the magnetic lines of force here, the yellow lines or represents magnetic lines of force. Already you know that the lines can be produced from north pole to that can be merged to south pole. So that's why the arrow symbol or goes to the south side. So this is the Earth's magnetic field. In this Earth's magnetic field, there are two lines out there. So one is geometric north and south pole, and another one is magnetic north and south pole. So difference between these two lines are, so when the geometric north and south pole, that line creates the original magnetic Earth's magnetic field. But here the green color dotted line represents the, when we are suspended the magnet, Bohr magnet, inside the earth or surface of the earth, what happens? It can be suspended in the north and south direction. So all the magnets shows like this. So it can be difference from their original magnetic field. So some deflections are occurred. So that's why this picture represents the two different lines of geometric and magnetic north and south pole. So geographic poles are original magnetic field of the earth's field, and another one is the magnet that can be produced in the surface of the earth's magnetic field. So these are all the two lines are there. Then in this earth's magnetic field there are some magnetic elements out there. So this is the difference between these two, original and the magnetic field. So we have to see the three magnetic elements are there. The branch of physics which deals with Earth's magnetic field is called geomagnetism or terrestrial magnetism. So this is one of the studies that is also represents the branch of physics of the Earth's magnetic field is called terrestrial magnetism or geomagnetism. There are three quantities that can be mentioned in this magnetic field of the Earth's surface, that are elements. That elements of the magnetic fields are magnetic declination, that can be D, and magnetic dip or inclination, that is I. And last one is the horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field, BH, suffix H. So these are all the elements are given. So we have to see one by one here. First element is magnetic declination. In this declination, so that is one of the angle. So see this picture. In this picture, the geometric north and south pole considered as a meridian. So this is called a geometric meridian, and also the magnetic meridian represents the north and south pole of the magnet that which we are used on the surface of the earth. So here the angle between these two, so that is geometric meridian and magnetic meridian, is called the angle of declination or magnetic declination. So this is the first element. So the angle between magnetic meridian at a point and geometric meridian is called declination or magnetic declination D. So in this declination angle at higher latitudes this greater, whereas in the equator the declination is smaller. So for in India the declination angle is very small, and for Chennai the magnetic declination is for 1 degree 60 minutes, which is negative, that is in west. The second element is inclination angle. Inclination angle or I. So what is meant that I means? Here you just consider at the surface of the earth, that is the horizontal component is called BH, that is Earth's magnetic field, horizontal component, and the magnetic meridian of the magnet, that is how long, that is how length it can be dipped inside the earth. So that angle is considered as a I. So the angle between the horizontal earth's magnetic field and the tip of the magnetic meridian, that is considered as a I. So that is called inclination angle also. Here the angle suspended by the earth's total magnetic field B with the horizontal direction in the magnetic meridian is called tip or magnetic inclination I at that point. And this components of the Earth's magnetic field, so here BH is also represent, no? So that components of Earth's magnetic field along the horizontal direction in the magnetic meridian is called horizontal component, that is denoted as BH, suffix H. So here the BE be the net Earth's magnetic field and at any point of the surface of the Earth, and BE can be, I think you are confused about the three terms, that is three parameters, I think BH, BE and BV. So here I give the clear explanation about that. So you have to consider the surface of the Earth, that is the horizontal component BH. For perpendicular for this horizontal component is considered as a BV. So that is vertical component. Exactly the perpendicular for the BH value is, what is that? BV. And the resultant, this it can be divided the two components, that is BH and BV. So that is considered as BE here. So here it can be hide that. So that is a net Earth's component, Earth's magnetic field. So here we have to split, so not that it can be divided into two components here. So what is that? So for the resultant of this two vertical and horizontal component, there are two components are formed. One is BH is equal to BE cos I, and another one is vertical component BV is equal to BE sin I. So BE be the net Earth's magnetic field, it can be splitted into two components. One is BH value and another one is BV value. I think you are very well to find out the two components value because of one resultant is there. So you have to split x and y direction and split into two, that is cos value 1 and sin value 1. That's why we get BH is equal to BE cos I, BV is equal to BE sin I. Suppose if you are any doubt means you ask me. So I have to explain clearly in this component, that is resolved into two components. And so this is the value of the two components, horizontal and vertical component value. Then divide equation number 2 by 1. Equation number 2 is the vertical component, equation number 1 is the horizontal component. 2 by 1, then finally you will get, so this one, tan I is equal to, because sin I by cos I is equal to, the some parameters are used, it can be cancelled to each other, and finally you will get tan I is equal to BV by BH, BE term cancel. So at equator what happens? So here the Earth's magnetic field is parallel to the surface of the Earth, so that is horizontal. So horizontally the angle of tip is I is equal to 0, then BH is equal to BE, because BV is equal to 0. So you have to substitute that. So for that value of two components, no, BH is equal to BE cos I. So at the tip I is equal to 0 means cos 0 1, sin 0 0. So BH is equal to BE for at equator region, and for BV value is equal to 0. This implies the horizontal component is maximum at the equator and also 0 at the vertical component. At poles, at magnetic pole region, at poles, that is I is equal to 90 degree. So substitute 90 degree in that two component value. So BH is equal to cos 90 0, sin 90 1. That's why BH is equal to 0, BV is equal to BE. This also implies that the vertical component is maximum at poles and 0 at horizontal component. So these are all the two cases. So I will continue in the next class.